All right, guys, obviously a very emotional win, come from behind win. Coach, what are you telling the guys as they come out and quickly it's 16-4? What's the words of the first time out there?
I think just, kind of pick up the intensity, pick up the energy. I think that was, we approached it a little bit tentative, I think, and maybe a little bit of, we just were uncertain. I thought once we got, pushing the ball a little bit, which is where we're very comfortable, I thought we got kind of back into the game, cut it to 2, and then, kind of let them go back on a little run at the end of the half, which was a little frustrating, but just always felt like we were in the game, just needed to pick up the intensity and the pace of the game was where we really needed to get to. So that was kind of what we were talking about.
They were really long as a lineup, real tall guys, real long guys, able to get up and down the floor a lot. So even coming into this game, what was your strategy against that?
Yeah, we had some things we thought would work, and they really did a nice job defending it. So basically, we scrapped that and just went kind of open floor motion, and we started, getting success. Dustin came in off the bench, started getting to the rim, and we found that we were better against that length by spreading them out, and that we could get to the rim and create opportunities for our team.
Feel free to jump in anytime. But going into the halftime, you're down 39-32 as they closed out the half pretty strong. What did you take from the first half that you felt like we did this really well, and then going into the second half we really fixed it?
Yeah, one of the things we were very positive in the locker room. We felt, in spite of being down by 7, we had been making extra passes. Our transition defense was killing us early, and we had picked that up, so we talked about, the positives of that. Really, it was just, okay, now we found something that works. Take care of the basketball and keep it spread, go, start attacking, let's get going downhill and make them foul us. We got to the free throw line 18 times in the first half. Second half, not as many, but, at the end of the game when we needed to get to the line, we were getting there, we were knocking down shots. So it was really a focus on the good things we had done. Like I said, we just never felt like we were out of the game. We had already come back from 15, and so we felt pretty good about that. So I just think it was a positive message. The guys responded well, and obviously the second half, we got down by 15 again, and then I think we went on like a 45-14 run, which is unusual. That's a good team over there, yeah. And to be able to go on that run, a lot of it had to do with just the energy that our players brought, but great support tonight from the fans. We fed off of that, and just guys doing their job. And little by little we chipped away. Next thing you know, we got it tied up. Next thing you know, we hit a couple threes. We're up 6, and then it's then we're playing in a rhythm. We're playing at a very high level, and I was pleased with the way the guys handled success being up, and they didn't start throwing it away and start trying to do stuff that we weren't good at. They just kept doing what we were doing, and guys just made huge shots tonight. Fed off the energy of the crowd and just the confidence that their teammates gave them.
Shawn, Coach mentioned it a little bit. Early on, the offense was struggling a little bit. It seemed like we kept turning the ball over. They kept taking that and making it points. What do you think was the biggest difference offensively in us making the big turnaround?
I think we were focusing too much on just trying to do one-on-one individual stuff, and when we started to play together as a team, it worked out well. I mean, they played well off the screens. They defended the screen and roll well, so they was getting a lot of switches. So I mean, once we got this floor spread out, Dustin started playing well. He started opening the floor for everybody else, so it made it easy for everybody else to score, to play together.
You made a couple big steals as well on defense. Defensively, Coach had said, everybody's going to look at the 45-14 run as a great offensive output, but we have a really good team to 14 points. Defensively, how do you do that?
We just bought in and played together as a team. A lot of times we try to do it on our own, but today we just, we decided to buy in, stay in our gaps, play the passing lanes, and just have each other back. That's pretty much.
Dustin, this is your second time in here, man. It seems to be a date that maybe we can keep setting after the game. That'd be nice. But you came off the bench again, huge tonight, 23 points off the bench. Just talk to me about your mentality. You were a starter last year, played a lot of minutes last year. You've been put more into a sixth-man type position now this year, but you're making the most of it. So just talk about your mentality coming into every game.
Yeah, this has been a really humbling experience for me, and I've actually just embraced it. I mean, every time I come in, I just know I need to give as much effort as I possibly can, and that's what I want to do. And so, like today, I've been conditioning myself a little bit better this year, considering last year I was struggling a lot. But I just wanted to give my effort this year, and just having this group of guys around me, just playing really well. We got some new guys here like Shawn and Trey. They really make a difference for our team, especially athleticism and just creating, especially Justin too.
Talking about your mentality as well from the free throw line, you seem to be kind of ice in the veins when you get to the line. I don't remember the final stats for you tonight, but I think you were shooting in the 90% range, or high 80s.
It was 8 of 9.
Yeah, just talk about again the confidence that you have going to the line.
Yeah, we do 30-second shooting every single day in practice. We shoot free throws for 30 seconds, but we do that all throughout practice, and it really helps me. And my teammates believe in me, so when I step up to the free throw line, I'm pretty confident from there. So if I get fouled, I feel like I'm gonna make it. So, and I just embrace it.
So do we.
What from the player's perspective, maybe both of you guys can answer this one at a time, but we've won 5 straight now. We beat a team tonight that probably in previous years we would not have beaten. It's a special team this year, but what has been key to this success in these first 5 games, and then what do we got to do going forward to continue that?
I would say, me personally, we're just trusting each other. I mean, we're not trying to rely too much on certain players, and we're not trying to do it on our own. We're just trusting each other as a team. We're growing off the court too, so it's helping us a lot on the court. And we're learning to play with each other, and we're realizing that if we pass the ball up, like, it's okay. Our teammates can do something. Everybody can do something on the floor. So it's not so much I'm gonna pass it and I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna pass it and I'm gonna trust my player. And so a lot of times I give it to the wings, and I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get back before they shoot it, and I think it's going in. I don't even gotta look at it because I just know that I trust him. So I feel like it's gonna keep growing and keep growing as trust. And a lot of guys are gonna break out of their shell, and it's just gonna keep going up from there.
Another thing, like last year around this time, we got into a stretch. We won a couple of games, and it just started going downhill. And I believe that our guys stayed humble this time. And I know we're on a high horse right now, but if we go into USC Upstate like this, we're gonna get kicked off of it. So we're just gonna keep playing hard. And I know tomorrow's a new game. Just bring everything that I have. So.
All right, Coach, kind of same question for you as you kind of look back at this game. Again, we're 5-0, first time in program history. I think that might be one of the longest winning streaks too.
We'd never run 4 in a row. So we're
So
breaking new
5 in a row
territory.
and to start the year, but obviously the big elephant in the room, we got USC Upstate coming up on Saturday. So kind of recapping this game, what did you say?
Yeah, I think this was a game that it was about guys doing their job. We talk about, Coach Wingreen made a statement earlier in the year about, if you want to serve your teammates, do your job on the floor. When I talked to them in the locker room about, Chris played about 3 minutes, but in that time, because of his hard work, 32 got his 4th foul, and he had to sit down till the under 6 timeout. That's huge. We don't go on that big run with 32s in the game. I mean, we were struggling to contain and defend him. Corey comes in at the end of the half and plays because Kyle's just gassed. And plays 2 or 3 minutes there. Noah comes in, plays a couple of minutes. Trey was everything we've known he could be down the stretch. He had 3 huge blocks. He had 13 rebounds. I mean, we've got guys scoring. But everybody's doing their job. And as long as we can continue for them to buy in, I love what Ray said when I said something to Dustin. Hey, we're going to do the media. And Ray's like, hey man, that's our job. That's what we do. We come in, give a spark. So right now, guys are buying in. Guys are trusting. We talked about trusting our staff, trusting each other. Shawn mentioned that. I think that's where we are. As soon as we stop doing that, it's going to go downhill quickly. So we got to keep that trust level high. USC Upstate, that's, we've played them now, this is the third year. They graduated a lot, but, they're still solid. They thankfully, we won't be seeing that backcourt that torched us for 2 years in a row. But they got new guys out there who are just as talented, just as, has just as much ability. I like where we are going in with this confidence. We're going to have to go in and play at a high level on the road, okay, in front of, it's a great environment. I love going over there. It's a great environment. And I just, I believe that our guys are ready to go in and play and do the things that we have been able to do together. We're going to do what we tried to do tonight. We were able to find some matchups where their length kind of hurt them a little bit because they couldn't guard us on the perimeter. We were a little bit smaller with Ray, and they struggled to defend him. So we're going to try to, tweak and pull and prod and go out there and build the platform that we have to compete and hopefully honor Christ with what we do.
All right, cool. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.